is pretty windy. Really strong tailwind through the front straight, through the downhill and finishing straight. I'm not quite sure what to expect. I haven't been here for quite a while. It's been my first race in A grade. I'm not quite sure how they race things, but in B grade, I'm sort of just attacking the whole time, really. When I've heard in A grade, there's usually always a breakaway that stays out for nearly the whole entire race. I hope I get into that breakaway, but then again, that breakaway could be some of the best riders in the state, which would be really tough to get into and also really tough to hold. And usually when they attack, it's a full 100% sprint effort to get away. And whether I can recover from that is a whole different question.
So what are you eating to help you get ready for it?
My breakfast, my Cliff Bar.
Your Cliff Bar, is that your breakfast? Did you bring any coffee with you?
I already had it.
Already had a coffee shop?
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a call that the course is clear, after which we'll be going. But meanwhile, I'll chat to you and entertain you.
Yeah, on the team plan painting.
Which one?
Racing for 60 today and 3 laps. Sorry for the late start. Oh yeah, that extra 10 minutes would have really made the difference, right?
You are lucky I didn't film that. I was too busy filming number 13 being the right way round.
What are you doing?
Hello everyone, and welcome to my commentary of this race. This was my first race in A grade, and I was really looking forward to having a go in A grade, just seeing what I can do, seeing what the field's like, just seeing how the race is played out was really fascinating for me. One of the major differences that I found between A grade and B grade definitely has to be that A grade just does not slow down. Even when there's attack that's brought back, there's always someone who's ready to make another attack. There's no such thing as those big slow lulls. They just don't happen because everyone is in an ability to win, and everyone just seems to be able to attack from the breakaway that's just been pulled in. So it was always on. There was no real sections where you could just sit back and relax for the whole time, because it was always on. It was always, you always have to put in the effort. That may not necessarily be the case for all A grade races, but especially for this one, as it was a small field and it was a really windy stage, a really windy day. So you couldn't really just sit in the wheels and do that, because you're always going to be in the face of the wind. Like, eventually you're going to have to be in the face of the wind. I'm not sure if that's the case for all A graders, but that was the case for me. Could just be because I raced it differently, because I wanted to be in that breakaway. But it was a good race. Like, I got in a few breakaways, did a few chases. It was a bit demoralizing when you get lapped by two other A graders, and sort of, what do you do now? Like, do you keep racing? Do you race for sixth place or whatever we were racing for at the time? But surprisingly enough, we eventually did do some rolling turns. It was very difficult to beat Cannondale Drapac, or Drapac EF presented by Cannondale, with their 3 riders.
I certainly did. So we're out there with like a good friend of mine, and yeah, my favourite race here, I think. Not as often as I'd like. Normally I have to work the weekends, so I got off the leash this time, and I have just like VRS stuff with Tour Mansfield. Go to Tasmania for Oceanias, and then about 2 weeks after I go to America for a couple of big tours there.
Please like and subscribe to make our channel grow.